Hi, so this video is going to be about the Cartesian plane and plotting points. So a bit of vocabulary to start. So the Cartesian plane is basically a way of dividing up two-dimensional space to give you a way of indicating where things are in two-dimensional space. And so we use a grid like the one that you can see before you. And so instead of just sort of indicating, oh, over there, over here, we use two lines to sort of divide the space up into four sort of sections, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So these two lines have specific names. So the vertical line is referred to as the y-axis, and the horizontal line is referred to as the x-axis. So we describe where things are in this two-dimensional space in two ways: where they are horizontally on the x-axis and where they are vertically on the y-axis. So if we have a point that exists somewhere in space, we can indicate where that point is by counting from the center of our Cartesian plane, or where those two lines cross over one another, where our two axes, so axis singular, axes plural. So this spot in the middle where they cross over is referred to as the origin. So everything starts at the origin, hence the name origin, another word for where things start. So from the origin, we are going to count where this particular point is two-dimensionally, horizontally first, and that will be our first number in our ordered pair. And then the second number will be where that point is vertically. So from the origin, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. So our point exists 3 from the origin horizontally. And then we count up 1, 2 vertically. So this is referred to as an ordered pair, or you might often hear it just referred to as coordinates. So it's a description of where that point is in two-dimensional space. So this point exists at 3, 2. And so any point can be described in that way. And everything starts from the origin. So you have to think of the x and y axes as number lines. So the origin is 0, 0. We have not moved anywhere horizontally. We have not moved anywhere vertically from this center point. So if we think of it as a number line, if we go to the right, we go up numerically, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we go to the left, we go down. So that would be -1, -2, -3. So that's how you count horizontally, and then the same vertically. If you go up, that's positive. If you go down, that's negative. So any point can be indicated in this two-dimensional space using this numbering system. So if we had a point over here, this point would be horizontally 1, 2, 3, -4, comma, and then vertically 1, 2, 3. So the coordinates of that point would be -4, +3. So every ordered pair, it's ordered because the x comes first and the y comes second, so it's ordered alphabetically. So two numbers in brackets separated by a comma. Okay, so the two-dimensional space is divided up using the x and y axes, and it divides the space into 4 quadrants. And so quadrant 1 is here. So everything in quadrant 1 has a positive x value and a positive y value, or positive, two positive numbers make up the coordinates or the ordered pair. Then from here, we're going to go counterclockwise. So this is quadrant 2, and in quadrant 2, any point here would have a negative x coordinate and a positive y coordinate. Then we move down to quadrant 3, where everything is negative x coordinate, negative y coordinate. And then quadrant 4, where we have a positive x coordinate and a negative y coordinate. So you need a way of remembering this. So the way that I think of it is everything starts here where everything is positive. Everything is super happy and we're positive in quadrant 1. And then we work in what I can only describe as the most illogical manner, which would be counterclockwise around to get to the other quadrants. So you can indicate what quadrant a particular point is just knowing the numbers. And you just have to say quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, so let's practice plotting some points. So we need to start with our set of axes. So draw that on there. And when you're drawing them, you just want to make sure you have enough space for wherever you might be plotting these points. So if I look here, my largest number is 5. So I just need to make sure that I've got at least 5 boxes vertically from my origin. And I just noticed that should be a comma. Okay, so if we plot point A, we've got 3. So we start at the origin and we're going to count 3 horizontally. 1, 2, 3, and then 5 vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our first point is here. So we have point A there. Point B, -1 horizontally and 4 positive vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we end up here with point B. C, we're not moving anywhere horizontally, but we are moving 3 vertically. So we have point C there. Point D, we have, I've got this kind of off now. Point D, we have -3 horizontally. 1, 2, 3. And -2 vertically. 1, 2. So this will end up being down there for D. And then we've got E at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And -2. Apologies about how that got shifted just ever so slightly. There, that's better. Oh, but now D is off. So let's move D back up there. And then E will be there. And then you can indicate what quadrant those points are in. So point, if we remember our quadrants, so this is quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So point A is in quadrant 1, point B is in quadrant 2, point D is in quadrant 3, point E is in quadrant 4, and C is a bit of a tricky one. It's not in quadrant A or quadrant 1, and it's not in quadrant 2 either. So it sort of sits right on the line in between the two. So it's on neither it's not in quadrant 1 and it's not in quadrant 2. We could, if you wanted to really get particular about it, you could say it's just on the y-axis, but that's about as much as you need to know. Okay, thanks so much for watching.